day traders, welcome back on my YouTube channel. It's a little while that I did a YouTube video for you. Today I want to discuss a couple of things. We had some pretty amazing videos from a little while back, institutional levels 1.0 and 2.0. Today we're gonna do 3.0, okay? So we're gonna talk about retail levels, institutional levels. I'm gonna take you a little bit in this trading sessions. We're gonna discuss about the currency pairs I trade, and I will break down my 2 trades I took this week on GBP, GPY. 2 pretty powerful setups, okay? So, as you all know, I am based in the Netherlands, and my sessions are a piece of London or a piece of New York, depends on my day. The pairs that I trade a lot at this moment are GBP, GPY, and gold. And as extra GBP out, and that's it for now, you know. My win rate is pretty great on this 3 pairs. So that's why I choose them. The key of focusing on a couple of things is really powerful, okay? Why? You're gonna see behaviors, you're gonna see patterns, you're gonna recognize certain things of that specific pair you trade. So this is really, really powerful. For example, you have GBP, GPY in front of us. GBP, GPY is a pair that's having a big pip range on daily basis. So that is why I'm interested in it. The second is the moves are great. So you're seeing a lot of manipulation within these pairs, especially on supply and demand areas. And we are supply and demand traders. So that is pretty interesting. We're seeing deep liquidity pushes within this blocks, okay, that we are using. I took this week 2 trades on GBP, GPY. Both were a mix from London to New York, and they were day trades because the market was not so great this week. But anyway, we had 2 great setups anyway. My first setup was a trade from demand. My second setup was a level of demand. 2 trades. Demand below, supply above. It's pretty simple, okay? If we're zooming out the bigger picture on the 4H, you can see that the price is over uptrending. So I'm interested in buy setups, okay? As simply as that, okay? Supply and laws of supply and demand are that we, as supply and demand traders, try to catch. Our focus is mainly on the fresh levels, okay? Why? Because it's the strongest levels, okay? Most retail traders are looking to support and resistant lines, okay? Supply and demand and support and resistant is not the same. I have discussed it in my other 3 videos as well. Support or resistant are historical levels that are touched multiple times in the history. Supply and demand areas are areas, institutional levels, where prices are turning back to grab orders and to push the price further down or up, depending on the momentum, depending on the structure, depending on the trend, okay? Whatever you want to call it, trend or momentum. On GBP, GPY, we saw clear signs of an overall bull market with a couple of shifts in momentum. With shifts in momentum, I mean the higher time frame shifts. So you can clearly see right here, we have 1, 2, 8 hours of bear momentum, okay? And then we see a shift in momentum right here, which we can see the candles becoming less bigger, so it's becoming smaller. And we're seeing on the lower time frame, massive rejections, okay? You can see it right here happening, price failure to break this level. And if we move into to the left, you can see this was a valid level of demand. This is also a thing that I teach it in my course, okay? This is a valid level of demand. You can see price failure to break this level. It never closed below this level. You can see how powerful this area is, okay? This demand level. This is a 4H demand. And you can see this was the first time back before we tapped at that level. Okay, bears try to break, but we failure. If you move to the lower time frame, you can see that price never broke to the downside, moving back to the 4H. And at this point, I was looking and I was telling myself, Kev, this is a fresh level. This is a pretty interesting level. Moving to the lower time frame, and you see a lot of rejection. Price could not break. Most of the time, we have a nice test as well after that, and you can see how we see that shift in momentum, which was for me an indication price is gonna continue the trip. Okay, they tanked all the gas, and we're gonna continue the trip bullish. Okay, and we did. It was a beautiful, beautiful rally to the upside. Okay, after that, we came at a level of a retail resistance. Okay, you can highlight this level or this level. Both make sense. You can see multiple historical touches. Retail traders are looking for these levels. Okay, you always have to take in consideration levels are great, but okay, there was a lot of manipulation going on within these levels. Okay, so think about that. You can see that price rejected it here, rejected it here, rejected it here, but we failure to break to the downside this time. Okay, after many touches, you have to imagine that in some sort of way the price will break through. Okay, and this was happening. This was definitely happening. Okay, what most retail traders do not know is that there are around these edges, supporting resistance line, there are hidden levels. Okay, hidden blocks, hidden level supply of demand. Okay, and this is a thing that you really should study for yourself. Okay, because it's very important. You can see how more than likely a lot of retail traders have taken a short here because it was successful here, it was successful here. Okay, but right here, price created the base. Okay, this is a block of buyers. That is how you can see it. Okay, this is a little trick. Okay, sometimes you can identify it right here. You cannot identify it right here. You cannot identify it. This is why it was so successful. This is the reason why it's not successful, because most retail traders have shorting this stuff because they see one rejection candle. Okay, but this level was touched too much times, and price decided to rally up. They created a bias block, and price push forward to the upside. Within my community, I have highlighted this in detail with a good and detailed explanation. So this is why the people are improving grades next to the homework they have to do within the education, within the course, which is also a big progression for a lot of traders. Okay, the homework assignments, because you really have to do the work, you know, and it can be check it, you know, very important part. Okay, back to the breakdown. You can see that price break to the upside, tested this level for the last time, and then really ready to the upside. Okay, right here was the last indication that the bulls are ready to take over. Okay, we have in detail discussed this. As target, we have the 140.18 level. If you're moving to the higher time frame and you're looking to the left, you will understand why we have highlighted this number. First of all, it's a round number, and it's pretty interesting. Okay, so these were two trades of the last week we took. Okay, I took a long right here and I took a long right here. Okay, because I know how those retail traders think. I'm a retail trader as well, but in terms of S&D trading, supply and demand trading, it's pretty amazing to see those little things in the market. Okay, those little highlighted things. Okay, as you can see right here, beautiful rejection candle, retail trader shorts, we long it if we break to this level. Okay, This is an interesting setup. Okay, I'm not writing it to the max because I did already 40 pips on it, which is great. Sometimes you can decide to leave a runner open. So with that I mean, you, for example, you take 3 trades, okay, with 1 or 2% risk, and once the trade hit 20 or 30 or 40 pips, you can close half or 70% and let one runner in with a stops and profit, which gives you even a higher chance of succeed. And may the price will pull back, because price will never move in one direction only. Only with GBP, GPY, it's a magical pair, and sometimes it's happening. But if price decide to turn back, you can have a last trade for risk-free, a winner. Okay, we call it a winner, and that is a thing that you could do. But if you're happy with 30, 40, 50 pips and your risk to reward is on point, it's fine. It's totally fine. Okay. So yeah, that was my GBP GPY breakdown. Pretty simple trade in terms of supply and demand trading. Hope this helpful. We're also gonna take a look to gold. Gold is also a thing that I trade a lot. Okay, but during the news, I haven't took it today because you can see the spikes right here. This was simply USD news. Okay, gold is respecting those supply and demand areas also pretty nicely. The ranges are lovely, and you can see a lot of opportunities. Gold is something else. Okay, gold is something you really should study, because if you're looking to the left, you can see those big spikes, liquidity spikes. Okay. And we combine it with a couple of things, which is also teached in the course. But gold is something lovely to trade. Okay. For supply and demand, you can use it on any pair. It works on any pair. Just study the behavior of the pair you trade. This is also why I recommend most of the traders to focus on 1, 2, 3, maximum 4 currency pairs and master them in the session you are trading in. Okay, so if you living in the United States of Canada, more than likely you trade the US session. Okay, if you're living in Europe, more than likely you're trading the London session. Okay, so if you're trading the London session, you're checking out for Euro pairs or GBP related pairs. If you're trading the United States, the US session, the New York session, you can trade those pairs as well, because the volume is even bigger. So you can trade GBP, GPY, you can trade gold. Gold is great for the US session because it's US mover. Sometimes you see some volume in the London session as well. With GBP, GPY, for example, it's a great London session mover. And if you trade both sessions, it's even better. You know, it's even better. So yeah, gold, GBP, GPY. I hope this little video was a little bit helpful. It was a little while that I did the video, and yeah, keep in consideration supply and demand areas combined with supply and with support and resistance. Stuff is not the same. Do your research, trade safe, using a proper risk management, stuff like that, really important. I wish everyone a great day, evening, wherever you are. Keep in touch, and yeah, much love. Bye-bye.